Hello and welcome to a review and unboxing of Battlefront's Team Yankee Potecknov's Bears Soviet Breakthrough Force. This could rightfully be considered a starter kit for those people who are going into modern era Flames of War. A little bit of background. Team Yankee, this is based off of a novel by Harold Coyle. It's talking about a World War III that never really happened, taking place around 1985 in Western Europe, where the Warsaw Pact decides to attack the NATO forces. So, that just gives you enough of a background, but if you look at the back here, it'll tell you the contents. In this case, there is another box that has the exact same name, but it came out earlier, in that it had 9 T-72 tanks and 2 Hinds and a template. This will give you, I say this is more of a starter kit because you don't have to buy the rulebook separate, although I did for the hardcover. You can check that out on another video that I did on that. But you do have a mini rulebook. You have your 5 T-72 kits, which also includes tank commanders. You have 2 plastic Mi-24 Hind assault helicopters, 2 decal sheets, and 6 unit cards. So let's open this up and see what do the contents look like. The box itself, like all the other Battlefront boxes out there, has been fairly sturdy, and I just want to show you on the inside here, if you guys can take a look. I don't know, depending on the lighting. Okay, we got the lighting here, but I mean, you can definitely see this kit is packed with sprues, so you are getting an awful lot for this. So let's pull all this out. Okay, we'll put that off to the side. So we have our mini rulebook. We'll get to that in a moment. We have our decals. We have our unit cards. Okay, we have our flight bases. So we have our flight bases for our helicopters. Okay, so we also have one of the tank commander sprues. Okay. I'm kind of curious, I don't know if anybody knows the answer out there, but are these tank commander sprues the same as the ones they include in Stalin's Bears kit? I can't help but wonder. So, we'll put that off to the side. Let's go over this bit by bit. So, here we have ourselves our Hinds. And as you can see, you're going to see the front and the back view of this. I think it's fairly straightforward for putting this together. Okay, so that takes care of our main body of the Hind, and then here we have our rotor blades, we have our weapons pods, things like that. And again, I tried to make it where you can see the front and the back at the same time, since I happen to have 2 sprues in that area. Okay. If you are into tanks, this is your opportunity. We have ourselves T-72 sprues. Let me pull that back a little bit for you. So, quite a bit. Let me see if I can, okay, this might be a little bit of a better way to look at this. And let's zoom in a little bit on this so you guys can see. So you get to see the front and the back view of our sprues. And as you can see, the detail is there. If you have put together Battlefront tank kits before, you know that it's fairly easy to do. What's really nice is it is impossible to mess up gluing the wrong track to the wrong side of the hull. This is a very nice feature because on one set of tracks you have 2 what looks like slots, and then on the other side you have 2 slots that are separated further away on this. You do have also the optional mine clearing plow attachments if you want that for your T-72. You also have smoke dischargers. You can have your hatch open or shut depending on how you want to do that. So anyways, you do get 5 of those. And just showing you the other 5 there. So you have 5 tanks. You have 2 helicopters. Let's take a look here. Wow. Okay, so these are the flight stands for our Hind helicopters. I'm noticing I have got 2 separate... Oh, this is interesting. Okay, well, I'm going to go ahead and I will show this to you. Let me widen it a little bit more for you guys so you can see it here for yourselves. So here are the flight stands. You got the front and the back of the flight stands. The bubbles that you're seeing in there, that's obviously part of the manufacturing process. And I noticed that you have the little recess there. And while I have not seen it in any Team Yankee game, I cannot help but imagine with 15mm scale, 1/100th scale helicopters, that you're going on a battlefield, that you want to represent a flight of 2 or 4. It's going to be kind of difficult to get 4 helicopters in one particular area of the battlefield, because the truth is the helicopters would be flying fairly high looking down at the targets below. So I'm thinking you take a 6-sided dice and you put them in there to represent how many helicopters that you actually have in your flight. That would make a little bit more sense. I also asked myself the question, why would Battlefront make a 1/100th scale Hind? And, well, yeah, I did find out the answer, because the Hind is not only for air support, or ground support, I should say, but it is also meant for troop transport for the Afghanistan troops. I hope I got that right. But anyways, fairly straightforward stuff there for that. We also have... I'll go pull back here a little bit. Okay, so we have the Team Yankee rule book. Okay, I must say, yeah, a little worn out on the edges here. As I've said before in previous Battlefront kits, I think putting it in a Ziploc bag would have helped, or at least put it in some kind of a plastic protective. That would help for this. Now, I already have the hardback rule book on this. I'll put that off to the side. But again, you are really not getting anything less than you are in the hardback rule book, with the exception that you're not going to get your basic, you're not going to get, well, actually, they give you the force structure, they give you the force diagram. They thought that they were not giving all the information on there. I think they had taken out the U.S. and the Soviet lists on this because, well, I could be wrong. But the reality is you won't need to use those that were in the hardback rule book. Otherwise, this thing is the exact same thing, full color. You know, it's just in a smaller book format. So very useful to have around with you. But I like the bigger book myself. That's just a preference thing. Okay. Pretty much you have your instructions, how to put your Hind together, how to put your tank together. And I noticed that the tank, for the turret, that they use the peg. I'm going to magnetize it myself. I just like it better that way. I think that's just a preference thing. All right, what do I have here? Aha! Here we go. So we have the last thing to look at here for this. quite a few goodies in here. So let's see. So looking at this, you're just getting a little bit of a closer look at the decal sheet. This one here, this is definitely for the hind. So that's fine, all well and good. And then this is a smaller one, which I'm trying to get a zoom in there. Okay, so that is obviously for the T-72 tanks. Yes, you've got all those numbers, which is really cool, but you also got the guard insignia on there. And it's just, I don't know, it brings back memories of my Russian Guard tanks from World War II, which I don't have the guard decal for them, sad to say, but yeah, this is cool. I like it. Now, you also get the magnets as well. So my advice to you, since I've applied magnets to my version 4 Flames of War, Grant, Crusader, and German Panzer tanks of the Afrika Korps, be careful when you handle them. That would be my advice. And now, last but not least, we're going to be looking at our unit cards. So this one here gives you some nice artwork. This one gives you your movement orders, which again, since I did Flames of War version 4 first for me, I'm not surprised about that. With the orders, they have the blitz, the follow me, the shoot and scoot, cross here, and dig in. I believe Battlefront, they did it this way so that they would see, is it successful, and then apply that to their version 4 Flames of War, which that's cool. I like it. Now, you also have the Red Banner Motor Rifle Division, which gives you your basics as far as what units are part of the division. So you can have a T-64 battalion, they can have a T-72 battalion, you can have an air assault battalion, you can also have your BTR-60 and your bump. So you can combine different pieces for that. Okay, supporting units available for your forces, so you can flip, and of course on the back it will tell you what extra units that you are able to have. So you can have Carnation howitzer batteries, you can have Acacia heavy howitzer batteries. I mean, there's some really nasty things on here. So definitely compared to its World War II brethren, Team Yankee is more devastating, more brutal. So here we have our tank battalion, T-72 tank battalion HQ unit. So it's giving you all the information. While it is in the book, you would not need to look up a table like you did in old school. I say old school, like, you know, Flames of War. The card is there. It is a nice convenience to have. And then on the back, it gives you the point value. It also gives you any special rules and units that would be in the formation itself for the tank battalion. So that is it's a nice plus. You also happen to have the T-72. Actually, we got two of them. I'm not sure why, but you have the T-72 tank company. Remember how the way that the Russians organize themselves? They what we call battalions, they call companies. So anyways, that's it. Very straightforward. Gives you all the information of your movement, your armor, what does it hit on, what are your skill levels, courage levels, things like that. And it gives you any special rules. And then, of course, on the back. Okay, so as it stands right now, if you took the terms of tanks alone, putting 4 tanks, 4 T-72s together for 17, plus the 5 for the battalion HQ, that's going to give you 22 points But you also have your Hind Assault Company here. That again gives you all the information that you need. It also has the capability of taking on other helicopters. So this is going to be, that's going to be interesting as well. And here, because I got 2, that's another 5 points. So 17 for the 4 tank T-72s plus 5 for the HQ-72, that's 22, 22 plus 5, it's a 27-point force. Well, it will definitely make for a quick game. Now, the other thing I want to point out is also there's another card here where you have a Special Assault Landing Company here. So that's kind of cool because you still got the same stats. You got the stats for your Assault Landing Company. Okay. Now this is not giving you the Hind stats for rather obvious reasons because they're focusing on the troops of the Assault Landing Company. So, all in all, I think you've got a nice starter kit. If you get together with some friends and you buy the starter kit, the games will be short, brutal, and sweet. And hopefully that'll encourage you to get more into Team Yankee and explore the world of modern warfare. Well, at least in the year 1985. There are definitely other units out there. So, I hope this review has been a blessing to you, and I wish you the best. God bless you. Have a great day.